Austin versus Robin. The data is correct. The story is here. The stage is set. Let's get into game one of this match.
And we are on to the old faithful PS2. Nothing spicy or different here.
Who would have guessed it? We've gone to PS2. Woohoo! But for now, I'm already really liking Costa's movement. Using focus as a movement tool to mix up your aerial momentum is really nice to see. And Nokcha is also showing in some good character mastery there, locking Costa at the ledge and refusing to let them off. That's 53% and it's only rising, my god.
Yeah, this zone control is very good so far. Just keeping stage control, keeping Costa in the corner. Tries to go for the up B gimp, but does manage to get it. That is something that, to me, it shows how much you know this character. If you are just a casual Robin player, you don't understand the power that up B has at disrupting recoveries off stage. But Nokcha, she understands the power of her character, and she is going straight out there to put the pressure on. And the pressure is still being put on at the moment, with multiple spells being put on. And at the moment, she's managing to put a masterclass on and just racking up percent, Alex.
Yeah, what I've realized is that... Nokcha, where are you going? Come back! No, you had an advantage! Don't do that! Yeah, what I'm realizing is Costa is very much trying to feel out Nokcha's style at the moment, it feels like. We aren't seeing focus, we aren't seeing Hadouken. Costa's kind of running it down and seeing how Nokcha reacts to them appearing in their face. I can fully understand why. Robin lacks frame data, Robin lacks speed, and Robin lacks get-off-me tools. And that feels like it's the advantage that Costa kind of realized. As it stands, Nokcha is using that really far superior offstage play, much better ledge trapping, and incredible range to just not allow Costa to play in this game.
Yeah, Costa really needs to be very explosive once he gets in. At the moment, he hasn't really shown that. When he's been getting in, he's been getting 2 hits, but that there is nice, but not going to kill this early in the stock.
I am stunned that that didn't go all the way. Nokcha floating around, riding high, knowing that all that can really hit them is a Shoryu, but Costa more than happy to get in, wait it out, find the option, and then Nokcha away from them. But as you said, Kara, they just need to find this kill, and we aren't really seeing too many kill shots come out just yet. Come on, Costa, land something!
It seems to be a lot of just pressing buttons that will hit, but not necessarily buttons that will confirm into a kill or will kill. And I think that's something that makes a big difference between mid and lower level players, as Nokcha does clean out that game very well. But yeah, I think something that separates those middle and lower level players is knowing when it's the correct time to stop just pressing any button and pressing the correct button.
Yeah, now, I want to quickly add, it's definitely because I have not seen much Robin, but I have not seen Robin gentleman jab kill screen before. And watching them turn their back to the camera and close their book as an explosion, rocket someone off the side, is so raw. I want to see that more, that kind of thing. Just, pose on the opponent a little bit more. It looks awesome. Do it more.
Robin's a stylish character, for sure. Just, unfortunately, as a character, hasn't got too much of a loyal supporting fan base in Smash Ultimate, from what I've seen at least.
Yeah. I think Robin suffers from one of those syndromes where you hear about the fact that they have all these disadvantages, and then you kind of think about how much harder you've got to work on them than playing another character, and it demotivates a lot of people from trying them out. But there is definitely source there in Robin. There's definitely things that they can do, and Nokcha is showing us that no matter the matchup, you can come into it, and as long as your mentality's good and you've got the right game plan in mind, you can actually form really solid advantages with this character.
Oh, for sure. Robin's not, in my opinion, a bad character. It's just, I think she's a hard character to play well.
Yeah.
And quite often, if you're playing a mid-tier that's hard, well, why are you doing that? If you're playing a mid-tier that's a bit easier, well, that makes a bit more sense. But at the end of the day, you got to play what you enjoy and play the style that fits you. And if this character seems to fit Nokcha pretty well, she's at a deficit in game 2, but her clinic she put on in game 1 was very good.
Yeah, very much. Again, I really like the way the Costa's moving around the airspace, using that focus to either approach or disengage as the time calls for it. But they're just really struggling that once they get in to find the hits that really cement the damage. They find a single hit from Tatsu, try and get the extension, but it doesn't. And rather than pushing it too far and getting reversal, they back up. They let Nokcha recover purely for the case of putting them back on the ledge. Again, I like to see it. Costa tries to keep Nokcha there. There's the down tilt combo. Is that a kill? Not quite yet.
Yeah, we'll have to see where Costa can find the kill, and it is the up B from the jump from ledge. Very good catch, reacting to that option well. And now the focus trying to be used in to keep Robin off, but not going to happen right now. Not quite class the regrab there. The jab isn't going to kill because it's not quite at ledge at this stage. Costa mixing up the timing of that up B, using the focus is very nice, but just cannot get off ledge in the end. And Nokcha does manage to even the stock count up 2-2.
That they do. It's definitely doable for either player right here. Nokcha goes for that almost last charge neutral B. It does a lot of damage and sets up for a lot of conversions. A lot of people actually straight up say it's the best one out of all of them, and I can totally see why. Costa takes the damage from the down B there, which also does heal Nokcha up. Costa's whole thing on Ken is that you're going to thrive at combo play and kill power. And we're seeing Costa finally start locking into that combo play there. 31%, not huge, but hey, at least it is a small string. We just need to start seeing them find these really early kills that Ken can find.
Oh, falls off ledge there and then doesn't react fast enough to up B back up. It's not the situation that Costa would want, and now Costa's put under a lot of pressure to find something here. And I've been a bit worried because there's been a few times where Costa's thrown out a few too many up Bs a bit too early. They've not been punished yet, but I'm scared they might be as we continue through this set. And so I think he needs to be careful of those. Right now he's just looking for any form of kill, trying to put some pressure on, but it's actually Nokcha that finds the grab and gets something started. And she just keeps finding more and more chip damage, but that up B is going to secure the stock. And this mountain's not that big.
Yeah, definitely not. Nokcha is on that last stock, as is Costa. Both players have a lot of fight left in them. Costa trying to find something, but it feels like Costa's spacing is just that little bit off. That when they whiff a hit, Nokcha can find a side B or a neutral B and then start to find some punishment on it. Costa needs to be making sure that these kicks, these punches find their target and land home. And these ones definitely are now. There's a lot of damage and push it into that down air. Costa takes that second game with a lovely string at the end. Well played.
Oh, yeah, as you say, lovely string. Finding that down there at the end there was very nice indeed.
That it was. I'm curious what kind of stage we're going to be going to next, because I feel like these two players aren't the kind of players to switch characters in a time like this. We're 1-1.
So.
Yeah, that means that the biggest change we can have is stages. So we're seeing Costa knock off Smashville, Town and City, Kalos Pokemon League, all of the straight flat stages. However, Smashville over PS2 seems to tell a different story compared to Town and Kalos. Kara, have you got an idea as to why that might be the case? Because I don't. I'm going to be honest.
It's a very interesting set of bans. I definitely am not sure about it. I think a lot of players just don't like Smashville. They feel uncomfortable on that stage because of how easily they can die to things.
Yeah.
But then even if you're banning Town, maybe you ban Kalos as well? Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I think I put Town and Kalos into like different categories of zoning stages, just because Town has such the narrow blast zones that can be abused. So I would always put PS2 and Kalos like in the same. I don't want to go to these against zoners, but maybe Town's fine because I can cheese them kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I can't quite pull up a solution to it, but we are going to be seeing a mentality change in Nokcha. That's what I normally think it is, right? Oh, and in Costa as well. When someone changes the ult they're in, I don't know if it's because they don't have an ult that they like using, or if it's like a complete momentum shift for them. Because I know that can be the case for some players, and I'm curious if that's what it is here.
Yeah, I'm interested by it. I've always been a loyal single ult player, so I've never quite understood it. But we'll just to see if the ult switches helps out either of these players more than another, as we are in a very even first stock of this game 3.
Now we are Costa, finally happy to start scrapping in Nokcha's face, and that Shoryu kills. Excuse me.
Not with good DI.
Yeah, it caught at about 90. It just feels like Nokcha maybe wasn't ready to DI that one.
Yeah.
Maybe started DIing after the hit, and that's where the problem came in.
Yeah, I think you saw on her face that she started laughing, that she knew that she wasn't going to die at that point. But we'll have to hope that doesn't phase her too much. But I think if you're laughing it off, you're probably not too phased by the mistake.
No, most definitely not. At the end of the day, Smash Ultimate is a goofy game, so being able to laugh off some of the silly things that happens will keep your mentality perfectly in check for going straight fresh into the next interaction. And it is coming off quite nice. Nokcha just needs to take this kill soon, otherwise Costa might be getting a little bit too much purchase on this extra damage on the next stock.
Yeah, it's definitely a situation you don't want to let it get too far away from you. Robin has the tools to, keep Costa out, and that is a very good way of securing the stock as well. But right now, it's all about making this percent deficit as small as possible or even remove it. But that's not how you do it. You need to be more careful on ledge than that against Costa.
Most definitely. There's another stock, and we are looking at a final stock situation for Nokcha. Obviously, that really early kill isn't gonna be sitting great in terms of your advance into this game. But I don't know, it feels like we're looking kind of at a whole new Costa. It could be the stage, could be the ult, who knows? But they're suddenly really comfortable pushing this aggressive. Unfortunate down F miss for Nokcha, and it isn't just unfortunate for missing the kill, it's unfortunate because it fully expended that Levin blade. You only go down to Bronze Sword, you've lost so much of your kill power while Costa's all the way up at 120.
Yeah, and you really want to be taking this stock as fast as possible right now because Ken's kill power as the up B is definitely in range right now, and that's scary as hell. You do not want to be having to play a huge deficit like this against someone with a kill power that high.
You do that fire catching the ledge and staying there. Not just doing such a great job at keeping Costa out, but Costa is dodging and diving through it, or even living that kill shot for some reason. And again, Costa refuses to die! Catches with the Shoryu, puts Nokcha into disadvantage instead, and can they convert this into a kill? Yes, they can!
It's so difficult when Ken is just holding that jab button or that button at ledge that just kind of shield pokes you if you then hold shield for too long. It's scary, man. It's scary.
It really is. Ryu and Ken are terrifying characters. More kill power. And like the cool thing is, when you play both of them, like I'm pretty sure when I looked up the data and everything, hold on, let me check again. Yeah, Costa plays pretty much just Ken, but has played Ryu a little bit. So he can switch. They both have different game plans, even though they have similar kits. So you can actually counterpick with them, matching not just the opponent's character, but the opponent's playstyle to completely manipulate the pace of the game. And I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Especially with how early Ken's can kill with that up B as well. It's just crazy.
Yeah, we're seeing Nokcha debate on the Robin right here, locking him with the green one. Maybe the ult dictates the play style. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe there's an ult for certain stages.
To try and choose what matches the best. Instead, we're playing with the power of the green team on the green stage. Nokcha does find that first little bit of damage, but this time Nokcha is playing very patient. When Costa gets in, Nokcha just kind of holds away, make sure that they're DIing out for these combos so you're not going to follow up into something like that down air that Costa had cooking, and then fooling away so that they can then try and get a projectile off, build up time to get this Levin blade out, and rack up that damage.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a huge difference between Game 1 Costa and Game 3 and 4 Costa. Game 1, everything was like, oh, well, he's getting a stray hit here, he's getting a stray hit there, but he's not piecing these things together. But as the start of this game was, oh, he's pieced like 5 things together, and Nokcha's at 75, and she's just at a disadvantage. Obviously, she's done very well to bring this back, and now has Costa at ledge, in looking to get the edge guard now, but gives up her stage control to go for an early edge guard, and I'm not sure that's necessarily the choice you want to be making against Ken when you're also at kill percent.
Yeah, not overly sure. But like, after game 1 was so oh wait, wow, nice kill from Nokcha there. I was gonna say, after game 1 was so decisively Nokcha-sided, seeing it go to a 2-1 lead for Costa is actually an amazing turnaround in terms of how they're both playing. Even game coming into this second stock round of the 4th game, it's all to play for. Will Nokcha push this to a Game 5 finale? This ladder looks like they're really fishing for that victory.
She just looks like she's so much more comfortable on PS2 than any of the other stages we've played for the last 2 games. I'm not sure who, well, it would have been her pick to go to Battlefield, so I'm not quite sure why she didn't come back to here last game. She must have something in her mind that she thought I can abuse that on with using that top platform. But I don't know, she just feels like she's playing so much better right now with this space and on this stage.
And it is Costa finding this little bit of scrappage in the middle. Passing up that up air is nice to see. No further extension, not wanting to overdo it. And gets the P-jab into the Shoryu, but it doesn't quite kill yet. Surprisingly, Nokcha stays alive. Obviously, this time getting the DI right, and the punishment is going to be racking up here. I'm honestly surprised that fire missed.
Just slightly out of range. The second up B is going to confirm this time around, so we are into a last stock situation, and this is Nokcha's winner's side stock. She's got a lot of pressure on her to not let this one run away from herself, because this has been her game in Game 4, I would say, so far. She's been in control of it, so she doesn't want to give that up. But now she's taking a lot of chip damage at this ledge, needs to manage to find a way past, and it is the jump from ledge that manages to get past at the moment. But I wouldn't say she's managed to reset just yet. She's still pushed into the corner by this Ken, and it's definitely got her work out for her.
And it is Kara, that it is. Nokcha finds the down B there, finding a little bit of health returned back for their efforts. And Costa all of a sudden has gone from an even game to a horrific back foot as that damage got returned and dealt at the same time. Is that a kill? Yes, it is! Bodied up into the F smash. We are seeing a Game 5 finish. A photo finish between Nokcha and Costa.
Yeah, that was a lovely catch on the ledge as well, with the fire into the F smash, knowing as soon as that fire hits, the Ken's just kind of like stuck there for like a second or two, so you have time to get that punish out and get that kill. We're into Game 5, and our second set of the wave, which is pretty impressive. In my wave B I had was Joycey earlier. I think we had all but one with quick 3-0s, so it's nice to have a little bit of some more close sets, should I say.
Yeah. Always nice to see it go to the latest possible point, because it's showing just how nice and balanced these two competitors are and how it could go either way. So stay on the edge of your seat. Do not think for a second you can lean back down, because these two players will be bringing the heat into Game 5 to dictate who keeps their winner's lifeline alive.
And this is definitely you don't want to go into losers this early. If you're hoping to make a decent run today, then the last thing you want to do is end up in losers round 2. They would get a buy into yet. Neither of these players would end up in losers round 1, so we'll be straight into losers round 2, but still not somewhere you want to be.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, stick to the exact same characters. We are going to be seeing a gripping conclusion to this. Green either way. They are still color matching. No more changing. No more games. This is where it ends. Ken versus Robin on Battlefield. We're gonna wait and see who can take this first stock. Oh my god. Sorry, Costa instantly runs in at the start.
That's some confidence levels there. Just going, my stage pick, my rules, and this is gonna be my game. We'll have to see if Nokcha can adapt to that. Getting a nice little string going here. 53% already. Robin's damage output is definitely nothing to be scoffed at. 68%. It's kind of crazy that that's only like 4 or 5 hits coming out of the Robin.
Yeah, I'm honestly such a big fan. You can tell that Nokcha knows her character that well, because you saw right near the start she dropped down the center stage and let rip with a fire, which perfectly caught the ledge. Like there, again, she doesn't really have to do any micro movement to get there. She's very comfortable to just instantly be at the exact point that she knows she has to be at to let rip with these projectiles, that they will land home exactly where she wants them to be. It's cool to see.
Yeah, it's for sure. I like watching people that have that mastery of their own character. It's always fun to watch, because I always feel like I learn something as well. But unfortunately, that up B is going to be taking the stock away from her, so it's a deficit she is going to have to be fighting out of in this Game 5.
Yeah, this is the thing about going to Battlefield. I fully understand why Costa's done it, because with every platform you fight an interaction on, it basically knocks off another like 10 to 20% that Ken has to hit you at to kill you. That top platform, if you're getting P-jabbed at like 80, you can kiss your ass good night. Nokcha will die to that, especially on Robin, not the bulkiest character either. But even so, enough talking about just Costa and their advantage, it's an even game. 2 stocks apiece, both of them right at the start, and I love using Hadouken to cancel out the Thunder.
Yeah, nice usage for sure, but Nokcha having to get off the ledge right now, but does manage to actually get off and get a string started and evens up the percent entirely, even taking a small lead. And right now it's just which player can find this next opening to break this game wide open. You don't want to be the one on 1 stock when your opponent has 2. Goes for the up B, does Costa, but not managing to get it. But the top platform, as you said earlier, is very useful to Costa, and just not being able to get punished for that up B. And both players just very even right now, trying to find whatever opening they can. And it feels like this opening is so important.
It does, Kara, and it does feel like both players have got the will to go on. We saw Costa get locked to that ledge for so long and just kept on fighting to make it back. Nokcha tries for that fire, but it gets beaten out by Tatsu. Costa just swinging and missing as Nokcha's blade just slightly outranges Ken's foot. That fire should keep him locked in shield for a little bit as Nokcha gets some punishment on it. Oh my god, this felt like a last stock scenario. They both have a whole extra one in the tank. and that's okay. That's exactly why Costa dropping that stock isn't the end of the world. If they can find this secure hit and find a kill on Nokcha soon, yeah, there we go. This is dead even. Dead even.
Completely. The closest it could be going into this last stock of Game 5. And I do not know which player has the momentum right now. It kind of felt like, Nokcha at times has been getting these strings, getting this advantage. It's like, oh, yeah, this is my game. And then Costa's like, no, hang on there. I've got my own combo to boot and I've got my own kill power. So don't you be trying to run too far ahead of me.
That it is, and there's that again. I feel like this is just the Nokcha last stock special. They don't really use that down B until it's a last stock scenario and it's about even. Because when you think about it, the advantage you get from landing it is double what you'd normally get. It's damage on them and healing on you. You're widening that gap even more. And I love seeing it in these clutch moments when Costa isn't expecting it. Nokcha is putting on this damage though. Costa rocketing towards kill percent. But then again, so is our spellcaster.
Yeah, both players definitely very close, or if not at kill percent at the moment. It's just which player can find that kill. Nokcha finding the grab, throwing Costa off stage, looking for that final hit, trying to set up the situation with his own control, but doesn't manage to find anything. And now it's Costa back at center stage, but another nice grab into another back throw. Costa, what is your option to get off ledge? What have you got to get out of this corner? The answer seems to be that he's fine.
Yeah, totally. Gets the Owen, goes back to the ledge. If you get caught by anything here, it is curtains on your life, and you're aware of that. Tatsu, luckily, is one of the few things you can be hit by, and it's not the end of the world. Nokcha gets to stay alive for another minute, battering Costa's shield and playing super safe with these ranged projectiles. But also, wait, what? Working their way out of what should have been a true combo, and the raw Shoryu in the middle of the stage. Do not jump in Ken's airspace. Costa will catch you for that every time when it matters the most. Costa takes it away from Nokcha, and that is what I love to see. A bit of friendly rivalry at the end, shaking each other's hand. No one's leaving the setup being like, man, that sucked. Ugh. They both smiled, shook each other's hands, and knew that it was a good set. They